Spot Village. That was our home. That was our land. When you walk along the Willingdon Beach Trail, you see that clam shell midden that's still on the ground. That's the food our ancestors ate. That's our ties to this land. Our ancestors harvested these beaches. They ate those clams, and they left those shells there. There's important history right here on this spot that we're standing. I've got a picture that's from the Catalyst archives that shows a big house just right down there, right before contact. Right as the mill was coming in the late 1800s, early 1900s, I think it's 1902, there's a picture of a big house right down there. And when you zoom in on the picture, there's cedar boughs right around the door of the big house, signifying that they were having a ceremony. The way I interpreted that picture is that they knew there was change coming. They knew that they were going to have to leave that home and probably move to a different location. So this site that we sit on today is sacred Tla'Amin territory. I'd like to pass the feather off. I'd like to do a lot less talking myself at this rally, but open it up to others. I didn't organize this rally. The Tla'Amin youth organized it, so I want to leave it to them and put it in their hands and allow them the space to do the work that they would like to do. It's up to you guys. This is a grassroots movement. It's not led by anybody. I understand there was a bit of a confrontation on Marine Drive earlier where some people blocked the road and a cop asked them who the person was that was in charge. And they said nobody. This is a grassroots movement. It's by the people. There's nobody really leading it. So I'd like to pass the feather off to Shelby George, who assisted in getting all you people here and organizing this event, and let her speak to you from a youth perspective.
Hi everyone, I'm Shelby. I'm from the Tla'Amin First Nations. I'd really like to thank everyone who's come out to join us here. It's really cool to stand in front of all of you. This is something that I believe is going to change the world, let alone everyone. Everyone has their own intake and how they want to change things. And I spent probably 3 hours last night making a bunch of really amazing signs for all of you who decided to come out here and be a part of it. I'm really happy to see everyone here, and from the bottom of my heart, this is just amazing. All these little kids like showing up here and wanting to be a part of it. Like Sophia, she's amazing. To show a lot of respect for everyone, I just like to acknowledge that we are standing here together. We are one, we are in a circle, and this is amazing. I love you all, and I really don't know what to say. This is just something that I feel is very powerful, and it makes me feel happy to be a part of. And emotes. If anybody else wants to share any nice words, feel free to. This feather is open to everybody. And shine your hearts and your souls. Be happy for who you are and stand up for yourself and for everyone. So, if anybody likes to say a word, feathers right here.
I just want to say, have this opportunity to say publicly that I've lived here for a few years now, and I've replaced a lot of my ignorance with knowledge. And I just want to thank the Tla'Amin Nation and tell them how grateful I am to be on their very beautiful homelands. And that's all. Thank you very much. Does anyone else want to speak?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be the person who brings paper and words, but it's very important to me. I'd like to briefly, it won't take long, thank you very much for, again, as she was just speaking of, thank you very much for having me here in Powell River, in this community. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be a part of this community, to be a part of this world. And I wanted to share what the Hopis say. From the Arizona Hopi people, the elders there say, we are the people that we've been waiting for. And it is time to come together. And just like the rainbow, we're doing that from all over the world, because we are starting to understand that what happens to our brothers and sisters happens to us. It happens to our children. And our legacy is what our ancestors, they are here right now. And they are waiting, and they are proud, and they have been ready. Everyone is here. To the children that come next, thank you. And I just want to say, we have always been and always will be one world nation, one world tribe. Thank you very much, and many prayers to all the people doing action everywhere in the world. Understanding is coming from the heart to save this land for the future generation. All my relations.
We're at the old arena site at Willingdon Beach, Coast Salish Territories, Powell River.
I'm glad to see all of you people here. You can't see behind my hat. My head's too big. I'm really glad to see all you people here today. My name is Kwayam Tomo, and my name means Speaks for Her People, and it was given to me by the Tla'Amin elders when I became chief in my community. I'd like to kind of echo some of the words that I've heard here today and acknowledge Shelby as one of our young people who has taken on the organization of today's event, and I think that's really awesome. If you watch the news recently, you will hear that in many First Nation communities, over half of the children in the community, half of the people in the community are under the age of 25. So we have a really fast-growing population in Canada, not just in our communities, but in Canada. And these young people will be our leadership in the future. So you can see why they're here and why they want to see change. Been watching the news, and we see that there are people all over the world that are taking on the movement. Not just Native people, Aboriginal people, First people from all parts of the planet are participating in this movement. We had one of our members, Dr. Evan Adams, is down in South Africa, and he posted today on Facebook, he's I don't know more support. So that's really awesome to see. There is a flip side to the movement. There are the racists that will come out of the woodwork, and there's no other word to describe it. They're racist. They feel that we're wasting our time. They feel that we're just wasting their dollars. Why aren't we all at work right now earning a paycheck? That was said after the last gathering in front of Nicholas's office. And to those people that are out there that are the critics, we're not going away. This is our land. This is our territory. This is our home. So we're not going away. We're going to be here forever. And if people want to live in unity and solidarity, then they need to get with the program. Because we're not going to go away. We're never going to go away. They're not going to take the Indian out of our people. The Indian Act and the Canada's mandate is loud and clear. They actually said those words, that they wanted to take the Indian out of our people. They wanted to annihilate our people. They wanted us to be just like every other white person in Canada. Well, that's not the agreement they made when we came to agreements way back when. Even though our people didn't have a treaty signed back when the first people came here, there was an agreement that we would live in peace. We wouldn't go to war. We would share our resources, and we would share what we have with the people that came here. And a testimony to how deep that goes, how deep that racism goes. This town is named after Israel Powell, who was an Indian agent who was responsible for our people. The Indian agent that sold our land out from under us. That's why the mill sits over there, because Israel Powell let it happen. So this whole town is named after the Indian agent that allowed that to happen.
you know, and a lot of people don't know that. I see eyebrows going up. A lot of people don't know that. That's the truth, you know. So we're speaking the truth about what's going on and what we're doing here. And I want to remind people that our fight is not with each other. Our fight is with Canada, to make sure that they honor their commitments and they honor the words that they said way back when. I don't agree with all of the actions that are being taken. Some of them I think are causing conflict. But you know, to each his own on how you want to portray yourself in this movement. But I'm just so happy to see people come together. It really bothers me that we have to educate the rest of Canada about what this movement is all about. We have to explain to people in Canada that there is an Indian Act that was created that rules our every lives. We didn't create it. I didn't have a vote on the Indian Act. It was imposed on our people. We don't agree with it. Then the federal government wants to make sweeping changes to the Indian Act. They can't do that without consulting our people. And our people have had enough across this country and across the world. Aboriginal people have had enough. And that's what the movement's about. It's about gaining solidarity, gaining support, working together with our neighbors and our friends and our people that live in this land with us. So I'm really happy to be here. I didn't come here to politic. I didn't come here to be even a counselor for the nation. I came here because I'm Aboriginal too. You know, and I'm not a racist. My children are English. You know, their dad is from England. A lot of us here have spouses that are not Tla'Amin or not Aboriginal. We're here because we care and we don't want our voice to soften and go quiet. We want our voice to gain strength and go forward. So, you know, thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here. You know, taking time out of your day. We really appreciate your love and support. And right back at you. We're supporting you too and whatever your initiatives are. So, thank you.
Thank you to everybody for being here along with all of us. And first of all, I really want to honor Denise because every word that Denise said is fact. And Denise is a person who will tell you straight. And the thing is that a lot of the things she said should be taught in school. She's absolutely right. First Nations should not have the responsibility now to have to stand up and tell people what the law is regarding First Nations. It should be taught in the schools. And there's a lot of racism coming out, and people are saying all kinds of negative things, but that doesn't really matter to any of us because if anybody's really honestly interested, they can find out what the laws are. And Eric has sent some really good information on Facebook, and so have some other people. And those who are saying all these things can read that if they're interested, or they can do whatever they want. But like Denise said, we all know why we're here. And it relates to everybody in this country because the government is bit by bit taking away all environmental protections so that they can get in and take resources whenever they want, and that will go further and further if we don't make it stop. And it'll get right to the point where we won't have rights anymore. It'll just be like I don't know what. But anyway, thanks to everybody. And you know, anybody that wants to criticize Teresa's stance, all I have to say is I don't know her personally, but I'll tell you what, she's doing something. And so are we just by being here. We're not just sitting there saying nasty things on our internet or finding out ways we can spread hate. We're here to try to say something, and that's what she's doing in her way, and I honor her for that. And there's not one of us here who hasn't done something wrong in our life, and how dare they point to her and try to pick apart everything in her life, because by God, she's doing something right now to try and help. And I don't think it's easy for her, just living on, you know, cross and listening to all these things and all this stuff that is deliberately done to try and put negative, you know, slant on everything like this. We just have to stay together, like Denise said, and we'll just stand up. Because we know in our hearts the government is wrong on this. And they're breaking their own laws, and it seems like they can just do that whenever they want. to obey the law, they're not obeying the law. So that's all I have to say.
Well, my name is Nicholas. The name the Seashell Elders gave me is Komemos. And I'm just glad to have an opportunity to let you know that as far as I'm concerned, the people that I represent are people who care deeply about equality, who care deeply about fairness, and who care deeply about the future of this beautiful land. So when you hear the negativity and the people who express themselves with words that are based on ignorance, don't let that get you down. Our world is made up of a lot of people with a lot of views. But when you hold in your heart what is true, those contrary messages don't go anywhere. You have the support of the great, vast majority of the population. Some may bicker about legislation and regulations, and some might talk about financial issues, pointing fingers. But ultimately, what I believe this movement to be about is about our future. And what will the life of a young boy or girl born on a reserve in this country or off reserve, a First Nations person, what will their world be like when they grow up? And the work that you are doing and the work that the elders were doing before any of us just needs to continue. And we have to focus on the concern about the future. It's not about us. We're taking on, you're taking on a challenge. And with challenge comes moments of victory and moments of regret. And our goal is simply to overcome that and make our lives better for the future. And so I just want to say, I've seen the comments, I've seen the Facebook, but I have a lot of colleagues who represent a lot of people who are selected by their communities to represent them, knowing that they believe in equality and knowing that they believe that there's a better way. And so I thank you for this opportunity. And
people are looking pretty cold. I think people want to move. Jürgen's calling for a dance, so I think what we'll do is we'll get people moving and maybe do the killer whale dance if you guys are up for it.
Out comes some drum, drum, drum.
We'll do the dance.
Where's the kids?
And do a couple of songs.
They're in my truck eating soup. I know, I'm so cold. I could give you all of my gear and I could dance and you could stream.
What would that lead?
It's so cold. It would lead to me doing the whale dance.
Could it lead to me being a streamer?
Well, it could lead to you standing here holding the camera. I'm not going to be able to take pictures.
Do the warrior song. Warrior welcome.
Hi, sweetie.
Eric. Should we do a prayer song?
Prayer song? Well, you know? Yeah.
It's so cold, you guys.
Shelby, our youth has requested that we do a prayer song. Just to send those positive prayers and vibes and feelings out there again. So we're going to do the Keep That North prayer song. Anyone with the drums, you're more than welcome to come in and drum with the rest of the group. Feel free to come on out.
Oh, so cold. just my hands that are frozen.
I'm so happy to see everyone here making a change for themselves and for our future. It's for the youth especially, it's for everybody. Don't even know what to say, I'm so happy. It's so cold. You guys looking a lot of work. Freezing. Check out the eagle.
And there's an eagle. That's the eagle flying over us.
They heard us. Yeah. Who wants to do a march?
Who wants to do a march? Yeah!
So
We might march.
we'll march towards the ferry and come back, warm up a bit, and still stand together. So, let's go. Grab your signs.
We're gonna do a little march. Hopefully I can get some good shots of it before it gets dark. Hey Don, how's it going? I'm doing good.
Good idea.
Oh, my hands are so frozen. I know. Oh, my fingers are so cold.
I know what you mean.
I have a blanket.
Oh, it's my fingers, sweetie.
Well,
So I don't know if I don't even know if I'll stream the march. I don't know. I'm so cold right now. I want to march, so my thumbs are frozen. So I'm gonna drop the stream for a few minutes. If you guys just want to keep your eye out, I need to warm my hands up before I'm super frozen. But I'll be back up shortly.